Welcome to the Stoic Golden Tribe, where men rise through wisdom, strength, and self-mastery. Today's video is not just another guide on relationships, it's a blueprint, a Stoic blueprint. One forged through ancient philosophy, tested in modern life, and tailored for the man who refuses to live blindly. Because let's face it, most men are never taught how to think clearly in relationships. We're told to either man up and suppress it, or be emotional and lose ourselves. Neither approach works. That's why today we're bringing you something different, something timeless, something rooted in the very core of Stoicism. This is the Stoic relationship blueprint for men, and once you understand it, you'll stop chasing the wrong people, stop losing yourself in toxic patterns, and start leading your relationships like a calm, powerful, grounded man. You'll learn how to become the kind of man who attracts peace instead of chaos. The kind of man who sets the standard, not chases it. The kind of man who walks away from what doesn't serve him with dignity, not bitterness. We'll break this down into 4 deep chapters filled with motivational and practical advice, real-life examples, powerful daily quotes, ancient Stoic teachings explained in simple ways, emotional truths that too many men overlook. By the end of this video, you won't just know how to navigate relationships, you'll know how to lead them with stillness, wisdom, and masculine clarity. So if you're ready to unlock the emotional power of Stoicism and finally take control of your relationship life, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the Stoic Golden Tribe, and share this video with a brother who needs it. And leave a comment below. We want to hear your experiences, your questions, and your breakthroughs. Now let's dive in. Chapter 1. Master yourself or be mastered. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus, in every relationship, the foundation of power begins within. Before you can lead, before you can love, before you can even understand someone else, you must first understand yourself. Not in theory, not in shallow motivational slogans, but in a deep, unshakable way that Stoic men have practiced for centuries. Most men today walk into relationships like ships with broken sails, tossed around by emotions, insecurities, and old wounds they never healed. They confuse control with love, they confuse validation with connection, and they lose themselves trying to keep something that doesn't even serve them. But the Stoic man, he doesn't play that game. He knows the man who doesn't master himself will be mastered by someone else. Imagine 2 men in the same situation. Their girlfriend says something disrespectful in public. The first man gets triggered, he shouts, makes a scene, storms out. His ego feels attacked, and so he attacks back. The second man, he pauses, he breathes, he says, "We'll talk about this later." And then in private, he calmly but firmly sets his boundaries. The first man loses power. The second man gains it. Why? Because the first man was led by emotion. The second man led himself through emotion. That's Stoicism in action. It's not about being cold. It's about being calm. When you master your inner world, the outer world loses its control over you, and relationships become less about surviving and more about growing. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, wrote to himself every morning. Not because he was weak, but because he knew that self-reflection was a weapon. He would write reminders like, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He didn't wait for peace from the outside, he created it inside. And if the man ruling the Roman Empire had to practice self-control daily, what excuse do we have? Journaling, meditation, cold silence, honest reflection. These aren't just habits, they're armor. And every man must wear them if he wants to enter a relationship without losing himself in it. Here's the harsh truth. You cannot expect loyalty, clarity, or emotional stability from others if you haven't cultivated it in yourself. Before you demand respect, ask, do I respect myself when I'm alone? Before you seek a high-value woman, ask, would a high-value woman even be attracted to the way I live? Build your foundation before you build your connection. Your standards are not negotiable, but they must be defined. And here's a simple Stoic rule. If a woman violates your values, you walk, not to manipulate, not to play games, but because you've already decided your peace is not for sale. Emotional depth. real power feels like still water. People think strength is loud, but true power feels like still water. It's calm, it's deep, it doesn't splash when provoked. The emotionally grounded man can listen without reacting, speak without trembling, and love without losing himself. And ironically, that's what makes a woman respect him more. Because when a man is grounded in himself, a woman feels safe, even in his silence. That's the man you're becoming. That's the Stoic path. Drop a comment below. Self-mastery starts here. Chapter 2. Set boundaries. Like a king, not a child. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. Marcus Aurelius. In relationships, boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They are gates that guard your peace. The truth is, most men don't set boundaries. They either fear losing the woman, or they don't even know where their limits are. And so, what happens? They get walked on, they get used, they lose themselves piece by piece, and by the time they try to take their power back, it's already gone. But a Stoic man? He doesn't wait until the damage is done. He sets the standard before the chaos begins. The energy of a king versus the reaction of a boy. Let's look at two different energies. The boy says, "Please don't do that, it hurts me. Why don't you love me the way I love you?" The king says, "This behavior doesn't align with the kind of relationship I'm building. If it continues, I'll step away." One begs, the other decides. One chases peace, the other commands it. That's what boundaries are. Not ultimatums, but declarations. A man who values his time, his heart, and his energy makes it clear what he allows and what he doesn't. You don't need to yell, you don't need to argue, you simply need to stand firm. I once knew a man whose girlfriend would leave every time they argued. She'd disappear for days, block his number, and return only when she missed him. And every time she came back, he welcomed her like nothing happened. He thought it was love, but really, it was fear. Fear of being alone, fear of losing her, fear of speaking truth. Eventually, she stopped respecting him. Why? Because when you don't enforce your boundaries, you train others to ignore them. When he finally said, "If you walk away again, don't come back," everything changed. She resisted at first, but over time she understood. Not because he punished her, but because he finally valued himself. That's the power of masculine boundaries. Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Apply that to relationships. Every minute spent entertaining disrespect is a minute you're stealing from your peace, your mission, your growth. The Stoics weren't just men of thought, they were men of principle. They believed in living by inner laws, not emotional chaos. They would rather walk alone in peace than walk with someone who drags them into drama. So build your wall of values and let no one climb it unless they come with respect. How to set boundaries like a king. 1. Define your non-negotiables. What behaviors will you never tolerate? Lying, disrespect, silent treatment. Write them down, know them cold. 2. Speak them early and clearly. A boundary unspoken is a boundary ignored. Say it with calm strength, not aggression. 3. Follow through, without emotion. If a boundary is broken, don't argue. Don't explain twice. Take action once. 4. Don't apologize for protecting your peace. You owe no one your energy, especially when it's being disrespected. Boundaries aren't about controlling others. They're about controlling yourself, your standards, your time, your emotional state. And the man who does that, he's rare. He's respected. And ironically, he's the man most women feel safest with because he's clear, stable, and deeply grounded. Drop a comment below. Real power is quiet and clear. Chapter 3. Detach without turning cold. He who is not disturbed by anything that happens, who has conquered his desires and fears, is truly free. Epictetus. Emotional detachment is one of the most misunderstood powers a man can develop. Some think it means being heartless. Others think it means never caring. But Stoic detachment is not about being cold, it's about being clear. It's the art of holding space for love while not becoming a prisoner of it. of being involved without being owned, of giving deeply but never giving yourself away. And in a world where too many men lose themselves trying to keep her, this is one of the most important lessons you'll ever learn. The myth of caring less versus detaching. Wisely, there's this toxic belief among men that says, the one who cares less wins. But that's not Stoicism. That's immaturity dressed as masculinity. The Stoic man doesn't care less. He simply cares from a distance that protects his center. He doesn't shut down, he steps back. Not out of fear, but out of power. He knows this truth. If your emotional stability depends on someone else's behavior, you're not in love, you're in captivity. Take the example of a man who's deeply in love. She's beautiful, vibrant, full of life, but also inconsistent. One week, she's all in. The next, she pulls away. His mood rises and falls with hers. When she's sweet, he feels alive. When she's distant, he's broken. He doesn't realize it yet, but he's become emotionally addicted. He starts abandoning his goals, skipping the gym, checking his phone every hour, trying to fix things she hasn't even asked him to fix. He's no longer living. He's orbiting around her moods. Eventually, she feels it too, that neediness, that emotional dependence. And nothing repels a woman faster than a man who no longer stands in his own light. Now contrast that with the Stoic man. She pulls away. He notices it. He doesn't panic. He keeps moving. He stays focused. He gives her space, but not at the expense of his purpose. That's not being cold. That's being whole. Ancient wisdom, the Stoic balance of love and logic. The Stoics understood that love is natural, but suffering through it is often optional. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been." This doesn't mean suppressing pain. It means recognizing that pain is a messenger, not a master. So what does Stoic detachment really look like? It means loving her while still being okay if she leaves. It means missing her, but not begging for her return. It means speaking your truth and being willing to accept her response, even if it's not what you hoped for. Detachment says, "I would love to walk with you, but I will never crawl to keep you." That kind of energy. It commands respect. Not just from her, but from yourself. Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water. Marcus Aurelius. The waves of relationships will crash, people will change, emotions will rise and fall, but you must remain the cliff, steady, solid, immovable in your core, because when you detach, you give yourself the freedom to respond, not react, to love without losing, to connect without collapsing. That's not cold, that's control. Drop a comment below. Strong hearts remain unmoved. Chapter 4. Lead with purpose, not emotion. A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. Marcus Aurelius. At the heart of every Stoic relationship is one non-negotiable truth. The man must lead not with dominance, but with direction. Not with emotion, but with purpose, because if a man doesn't know where he's going, no woman will truly follow. And if he lets his emotions dictate his direction, both he and the relationship are destined to drift into chaos. This isn't about being robotic. This is about being rooted. It's about standing in the fire of emotion without letting it consume your mission. A man who leads with purpose walks with conviction no matter how he feels. That's what makes him magnetic. That's what makes him rare. Picture a man who's building a business, chasing his vision, hitting the gym, keeping his circle clean, and staying aligned with his values. He's in a relationship, but he doesn't make his woman the center of his world. He invites her into it, yes, but she orbits his purpose, not the other way around. Now imagine his opposite, a man who puts his entire identity into his partner. She becomes his motivation, his priority, his meaning. When she's around, he thrives. When she's distant, he crumbles. Who holds more long-term power? Who inspires more respect? The answer is obvious. Purpose is your anchor. And when you're anchored, you're not swayed by every wave of emotion. You lead with clarity, you decide with strength, and you love with integrity. Stoic principle. Emotion is data, not a direction. The Stoics never denied emotion. They studied it. They sat with it. But they refused to be led by it. Seneca once said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. In other words, unchecked emotion leads to imaginary pain, and imaginary pain leads to real-life mistakes. So what's the Stoic approach? Feel what you feel, but don't act until you've thought. Observe your emotions, but let principle guide your next move. Love with depth, but never compromise your path to chase someone who's unsure of theirs. Daily practice. Lead yourself. First one. Wake up with intention. Don't check your phone, check your mission. 2. Write your goals every day, even if they don't change. Repetition builds identity. 3. Recenter often. Meditate, take cold walks, find silence. 4. Protect your energy. Say no, guard your time, elevate your standards. 5. Review every night. Did I lead myself today, or did emotion lead me? You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be consistent. Because the man who leads himself is always attractive, not just to women, but to life itself. Masculine energy is like a fire. When it's burning strong, it provides warmth, light, and safety. When it flickers with doubt, it leaves everything cold. When you walk in purpose, the right woman feels it. She doesn't need to be forced or controlled. She chooses to walk with you because your path has meaning. And if she doesn't, you keep walking anyway, not to prove anything, but because your mission is bigger than your moment. That's the Stoic way. Lead yourself, lead your relationship, lead your life. Drop a comment below. Lead with fire, not fear. If this video resonated with you, don't just watch it, live it. Every lesson here is a seed, but a seed only grows when you water it with action. So start today. Reclaim your inner strength, set boundaries, love with clarity, lead with purpose. You are not here to be controlled by emotion, you are here to master it. If you found value in this video, like, share, and subscribe to the Stoic Golden Tribe. We're building a community of strong, grounded, emotionally intelligent men, and you belong here. Stay solid. Stay focused. Stay golden. Until next time.